first speaker for tonight must incorporate the word sweet in everything he does. He's either eating sweets or giving compliments saying that you are sweet. So please join me in welcoming the sweet Farida Pandey in his speech director, Home Sweet Home by Toastmasters.
How many of you are familiar with the blue planet? Can I know? Yes. Please, any one of you?
Earth.
Earth. Yes, very correct. Dear friends, our planet Earth, which is a very unique entity amongst the millions of platonic objects out there in the sky, because when we look at it from outer sky, it looks blue. And why it looks blue? Because it has water on its surface. Now, Master of Ceremonies, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, today the topic of my speech is Home Sweet Home. Home Sweet Home, because I am talking about our planet Earth, which is home to 695460000 people when I left home today to attend this meeting. You can check that on internet. I checked on internet. So I am going to talk about Home Sweet Home, our own planet, the blue planet, planet Earth. Now, when we talk about Earth, we have made great progress in the last 200 years. We see a lot of innovations around us. We can see the computer, we can look at the electricity, air condition, which was not there around 40-50 years back. But how are we having these things? We are having these things because we are using the natural resources which are available to us through this planet Earth. But when we are using these things, we are creating a lot of pollution. And we are using away the things which could have been there for the future generations. Now, I might be sounding a bit boring. Is it not? No, really? That's very good. So we have an interesting audience. Interested audience. It's all because we are using the natural resources. But if we are using natural resources, one of the main things that we are using is the energy. And we should conserve whatever we have. So first, I would like to tell you about what is energy. For that, I'll give you an example. Suppose we are going somewhere and our car stops. So we have to push it. When we are pushing it, we are applying force. When we apply force, the car moves. When the car moves, force into distance, that is the work done. And then we need energy to do this work. So basically what I am doing whenever I am eating, I am storing energy and then I am doing some physical work and I am converting that energy, pushing the car, taking up to a certain potential, certain height, and then I let it go and it starts or something happens. So this is basically energy. Now there are two basic things which we need to know. Energy can be converted from one form to another. And it can neither be created nor destroyed. But there is one very important thing, the second thing, that whenever we use energy, energy is getting converted to a less useful form. This is the most basic thing. Now, we can classify energy in various ways. We can say the primary source, based on its source, known as primary and secondary sources of energy. Coal, hydro, water power, nuclear power is available in the earth, or the earth's gravitational force which is leading to the potential energy. All these are the primary sources of energy. And then we go to our power stations, etc., where we produce electricity and steam which are being used in our factories, etc. These are the secondary sources of energy. We can also classify it as commercial and non-commercial sources of energy. Commercial, for what which we pay. For example, electricity, we are paying it to the government, and non-commercial sources are which are available. We go out hiking, we collect wood, burn, and then cook food, those kind of things. But the most interesting thing is the classification renewable and non-renewable sources of energy. Now, this is the most important thing. There are certain things which are available on our planet Earth, such as oil, natural gas, coal, etc., which are being used up. Now these things took a lot of time to form. So they are not being replenished, they are not being generated again. While the other things, biomass, solar energy, we have solar panels from which we can use electricity. These are available to us for a long time. Now if we look at the non-renewable sources of energy, for example, we look at the fossil fuel, coal, oil, etc. We have used 60% of the resources, known sources and usable sources of these resources which are available to us. And 85% of our current usage of energy comes from these sources. Now, these are important facts which we must know, because after 60 years, when we have spent our coal and oil, there are only two things we can do. Either we can find a new planet, or we can find a new planet which can supply us everything. So do you think it's possible that we can find another blue planet? No. The answer is a big no. Because, why it's a big no? Because till now we have not been able to identify a single place on this universe where life has developed. Now we must understand that this earth is not only for us human beings, it is for all the living beings, and we are dependent upon each other. There is an ecosystem out there. Because of that ecosystem, a lot of things are happening, and that is helping us in surviving. Our sea levels are rising, the coral reefs are going away, the fish food is going away. As the sea is rising, we are losing land. So these things are of concern to us. We have to remember that the oceans form 70%, 75% of the Earth's surface, and rest only 25, 22%, 25% is the land. So we have to look towards that thing also. One more thing which all of us might have heard of is the depletion of ozone layer, which might lead to diseases, in cancerous diseases in human beings, animals, etc., which will impact us also. Now there is the question: what will happen to us? What can we do? What can we do as individuals? And will our home, the blue planet, remain the same? What can we do as individuals? So we can do one of the things we can do is reduce our usage of such resources, reuse our resources, and recycle it. Recycle is not the best thing, of course, because when we are recycling it, we are creating one more resource for destroying things, but yes, it is also good enough. We can go to our communities. Now, let me tell you a story. Once two doctors were going along a riverbed and they saw someone was drowning. So they pulled him out, they helped him, then they saw another man is drowning. So for the first doctor, what he did, he made a clinic out there. He said, I will help you. This is a very noble thing to do. All of you will agree, isn't it? Yeah. Helping people. The second person said, no, I will not do this. He said, where are these people coming from? Where are they drowning? So he went up the stream to find the cause. Dear friends, if we want to preserve our blue planet, our small actions won't be enough. We have to go and find the root cause. The root cause is that we are using our resources like anything. We have to go to the renewable sources of energy, renewable resources, and use it as it is borrowed by us. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Faridar Pandey, for an exciting presentation. Very well conducted. I'm sure most of us, and if not all, we benefited from it. We have to agree that the concept of preserving energy and looking for renewed energy has been tackled a lot these days, especially in our Toastmaster Club, because of its importance. I'm sorry.